All right, I think the live stream is starting. Hey, are we live? Are we live? I think we should be. Let me know about the voice lag. I really worked hard on fixing this stuff. So please let me know if there's some lag now because I'd really like to fix it. Seriously. All right, I think we're going to start this Travel Talk Tuesday, and this week it's all about food. Like food that you eat when you travel. And honestly, for me, food is one of the most important things when you travel. I just love trying the new cuisines, the new foods when I'm on the road. I just absolutely adore that. And I think like every country I visit, I end up having at least one specific meal, one specific thing that I really enjoy. So, hey, is somebody here? One person watching? It's okay. I kind of screwed up yesterday. I forgot to put the reminder on YouTube, so I only put it to this morning. So maybe less people now know that there's the live stream, but I'm just gonna tell you it's gonna be every week. So tune in every week at 6 on Tuesday for the live stream. How's the audio? Can somebody let me know if it's like better? Yes, no. Anyway, I think we should get started. Let's get started with the chat. I always like to have the chat on the side because when I react to something in the chat, then if a person watches after the live stream, they can see what I'm answering to. Anyway, so as I was saying, food, I love food when I travel. Like, I think the best meals I've had in my life were on the road, like, without doubt. Like, I remember, let's say, in Berlin, audio thumbs up. Okay, thank you, Paul. Thanks for liking me know. Like, I don't know if you ever been to Berlin and you ever heard about the place called Mustafa's Kebabs, but I've eaten many kebabs in my life, and nothing ever came close to Mustafa's Kebabs. It's like the lineup is like between an hour and 3 hours, depending like when you come. Actually, no, we waited 30 minutes once, and it's just the way they do it is just amazing. Like the everything is fresh and they add so many more ingredients than like the regular kebabs. There's like fresh salad, grilled vegetables, grilled like 2 minutes before they put it in your kebab. Those like special sauces and herbs like mint and stuff is just so delicious. Like I'm drooling just thinking about it. Like it's a very popular location and it's like almost like a tourist attraction in Berlin. But it's just so delicious that it doesn't matter that it's like the most touristy thing to do, like the one of the must eats, because it's for a reason. So sometimes people like to dismiss the touristy stuff, the touristy restaurants and everything, and they say, well, that's just for tourists, it's like a tourist trap. But some things just build up such a reputation because they're just like so much better than everything else. And that was the case with the Mustafa's kebabs. What I would give just to like have a place like this in Montreal. I cannot I cannot imagine. Like I would eat there every day for sure. And same thing with drinks. In Berlin there's this thing called Club Mate or Club Mate. I don't know how it's called. There's like this fizzy drink, fizzy iced tea kind of thing that is like really not sweet. It's almost like beer but without the alcohol. And it's just this nice thing to drink because like sometimes you don't want to have anything sweet like Coca-Cola and water is boring, so you're kind of stuck drinking beer. But sometimes maybe you just want to have a drink. And like that's what Club Mate was for. It was perfect. And this is another thing I wish we had in Montreal so badly. I swear I even looked into like how to import it and like become like a reseller here just because I like that drink so much. And like and I can talk about food forever. Seriously, like every place I visit, I end up finding at least this one thing that I absolutely love, and I just go back to it and go back to it. Yeah, Alex agrees with me because well, he was with me and he knows what I'm talking about. He knows that this kebab. He knows what it is. But yeah, like if we just go through the trip to Southeast Asia, you can watch all the vlogs in order and see me enjoying all those foods. But I can go in order. We arrived in Singapore. Over there, we had those. It's called chicken biryani. It's this like Indian wedding dish, or like it's really complicated dish to do. That's why in India it's only reserved for like special occasions like weddings and I don't know, maybe New Year's or something. I don't know, like some like celebrations. But this restaurant is like renowned for them. Like it's just so delicious. Anthony Bourdain went there too in his like Singapore episode. And I just don't know how to describe it. It's just rice with chicken, right? Like how amazing can it be? But it's all the spices and how they cook it. And when we had a layover on our way back to Canada, we had like 18 hours in Singapore. The only thing we did was to go back to that hawker center and find that chicken biryani that we just loved so much. It was this too. Like I wish I could find a place like this in Montreal that served that. And next in a trip, went to Malaysia, right? I don't even remember much about like Malaysian cuisine. We tried like things here and there, and yeah, I think maybe Malaysia is the only place I don't have like a specific dish in mind because we only stayed for a week and I think we didn't just have time to try more things. But they had like really good Indian samosas too. I remember that we would snack on them all the time. So then it's Thailand. On the first day we arrived in Thailand, and we're like with our heavy bags, and we had to meet our couch surfing host. So it was like a super residential neighborhood, but there was like a shopping center. And all around the shopping center, there was like outside these little plastic chairs, like all around. And they were serving this Thai soup. And somehow we managed to order. It was like a really complicated way to order because they had the broth, but then you had to choose your noodles and what you want in your soup, like chicken or what. And like we just had to point at stuff because nobody spoke a single word of English. And that was their first day. It was like their first couple hours in Bangkok. And you found this soup, and it was just so delicious that I think we came back to it the whole time we were living at this couch surfing place. We came back to it like it was, I think, the most spiciest soup I've ever eaten. And I remember the first day I was eating it, I was like slurping the noodles so hard that the like like the water got in my eyes and it started burning so much and I just started crying because like the soup got in my eyes and all the Thai people were just laughing at me like look at the Westerner who doesn't know how to eat soup without splashing in her face. It was hilarious and like whatever. It's those fun moments when you travel. But yeah, that soup it was just amazing. Larry's asking, remember the time you ate all the soups? Oh, the times I order soups by accident. I remember the time in Vietnam I tried to order coffee and they brought me soups. And then the other time we tried to like the same day we order like a dish, like a regular rice dish, and they bring us soup with it because just that's the way they serve the dish. And I was like, what is this with this day where like I don't order soups and I keep getting soups? That was that was a funny day in Vietnam when we're like crossing on the motorcycle. So speaking of Vietnam, so many delicious food there. But I think what I liked the most in Vietnam were like the grilled seafood that you could get. Like they bring you the seafood, you order what you want, and you grill it yourself. And you have all the like Vietnamese sauces. They have this like these little like limes that are not limes. I forgot how they're called. It's like some other type of lime that is also like super super delicious. And yeah, you get like stuff like squid and oysters or whatever, like things that here would in Canada would cost so much money, so much money. And over there, it's like for a fraction of the price, you get all those amazing seafood, and it's so cool to like grill it yourself and like do it like the Vietnamese way. And as tourists, like as Westerners, we're obviously so clueless. And I think the first time we tried that, we got like almost yelled at because we're about to like ruin their equipment. They're like, no, that's not how you do. First you put this, then you that, and you have to mix it with the chopsticks, and that's when you add the oil. And like when you don't know how to do it and you're so clueless, it's funny. Like the Vietnamese people just like laugh at you, like, oh, look at this person doesn't know how to do a proper regular sidewalk barbecue. How lame is that? Oh, kumquat. Yeah, that was the lime thing that I was talking about. I don't even know if I can get kumquats anywhere in like North America. No idea. I didn't really look for them either, but I did enjoy. I got like traveling. I also like so many new fruits and vegetables that I never knew about. Things like okra. We had a lot of okra in Vietnam, let's say, just grilled, like I said, on this grill, and it's delicious. And then we come back, and I realize my whole life, like there's been okra in the supermarket. I just never paid attention. I just walked past it, and never, I wouldn't even know how to cook it, how to eat it. But after traveling, after having it served in foods, now we buy okra regularly. It kind of expanded our foodie horizons. And I forgot Cambodia. Yeah, amazing, amazing food in Cambodia too. Pepper and lime. That was like the most basic, delicious sauce. I remember we went to Kampot and we ate those crabs, like freshly out the out the water. Like seriously, like 5 minutes ago, they would take it, and then they just grill them or whatever, and then you can eat it. Like 10 minutes ago, that crab was like swimming in the sea, and all you have is those homegrown pepper from Cambodia. Pepper in Cambodia is amazing, and it's like super fresh, not like the stale stuff you can find in the supermarket, and like a super fresh lime, and it makes from the most amazing sauce. And I think that was like one of the most memorable dishes I had. There's like a whole video about this lime and pepper crabs that we ate in Kampot. Like I still remember this day, and sometimes when I get a craving, I just rewatch the video just to remember how amazing it was. Oh, so kumquats grow in Florida. Everything grows in Florida. Like when we're in Florida, driving in Florida to New Orleans, we bought the most amazing guavas there. Seriously, we don't get those in Canada. I think they're just too fresh and delicious to like survive the transport. They'd be like all rotten by the time they come here. You get like the little yellow small guavas, but not the like big pink amazing delicious ones here. So living in Florida has its advantages, even though like you get all the crazy men of Florida news stories. At least you get good guavas. Seriously, like traveling has expanded my foodie horizons. I'm not a person who's afraid of eating like different things. In Vietnam, we did try the, I don't know how it's called. I think in Philippines it's called the balut. You know the eggs with the like uh like little fetus duck inside. We had that in Vietnam. Like I didn't particularly like it because I think I was eating it wrong because they said you're not supposed to eat the white. It was all like rubbery, and I ate that and like I just didn't enjoy it. But I'm not a person who's afraid of trying new things. Like in Thailand, we ate like sausages and stuff like from all over. Some things I don't even know what we ate, but that's how you discover new delicious foods. Like in Vietnam, like the one thing I wouldn't eat is a dog. And but now I'm in this like period of my life. I cannot say with 100% certainty I never ate a dog. That feels kind of shitty, honestly. Because when we're traveling in Vietnam and we're like motorcycling across the country, sometimes we'd be stopping in like little villages and having soups. And we'd order the soup, and we're always like ordering beef. But nobody speaks English. And like, yeah, like the time I ordered didn't order soup and they brought me soup. I don't know what was inside the soup. So like we never ordered dog. I don't think I we had dog. Like 90% sure we never ate dog, but like a couple of times we had soups without 100% knowing what it was. I think it was beef, but it's kind of sad to say like I might have eaten a dog. Like I don't know. But you kind of have to roll with the punches when you're traveling. Seriously, no, there was no tail. So it was just either, I mean, it was really chewy beef. So maybe they just cooked it wrong. Like, there's so many spices, you can't really tell. We did see dogs being transported, like in little cages, to be slaughtered and like chopped up into meat. That was pretty heartbreaking. So yeah, I guess if everybody has their limit of what they would and wouldn't eat. Because I met some people who were like, yeah, I'd like to try dog. Like, why not? And other people who are like absolutely against and disgusting by it. I think everybody has their limit of like what they would try, what they wouldn't. Because at the same time, I met people who wouldn't try snake or frog, which we did in Singapore. Right? We ate some frog, and frog is actually pretty delicious. It's like super tender. Everybody says it tastes like chicken. It tastes like it tastes better than chicken, honestly. A lot of bones, but it's like super tender. It's like amazing. So if you ever get the occasion of trying frog, don't be intimidated. It's actually really good. And just recently, we were in Las Vegas, and I had the most amazing tacos. You know, at the I forgot the name of the place, but it's in my Las Vegas vlogs. You can just watch that. And I swear, since I came back to Montreal, I've been on a hunt for the best taco place. I've been asking everybody I know. I've been like posting on social media, like, please let me know where are the good tacos in Montreal. And so far, I found good tacos, but I haven't found anything that compares to those I had in Las Vegas. And honestly, I don't think I will. We probably don't have that much demand or that many like Mexican people who can make good tacos. I don't know. I'm kind of sad, but it does make me want to go travel to Mexico now. I've never really been to like a lot I've been to Mexico once, but I was like a little kid, and I've never really visited like the Latin America, like South America, Central America. Seems like so much fun, and the food is like the one of the biggest decision like factors I want to go there. I'm really split between India and Latin America because both of those cuisines I just like so much, and I don't know which one I would pick. But even when I'm home, the fact that we traveled, it has really changed what we eat. Because I mean, I'm from like Slavic Russian origins, and Alex too. So like, what I was eating at home, like when I was a kid, is like a lot is different. And then we had like more Canadian kind of American recipes, stuff like like just pasta, regular like pizza, and then we had like my mom used to make borscht and like the what else? I don't know, like Russian dumplings and stuff like that. But after traveling, now like often we make like Thai dishes. Like lately, a lot of green curry chicken and made some like Chinese stir fries, made some like Indian, no, not Indian. Haven't mastered the Indian cuisine yet. I wish I could cook some good Indian dishes. But like tacos and burritos, like and the chili, like we did a lot. Like just the fact that you discover new cuisines and you try to make them at home, and like it's a lot less boring being in like cold Montreal when you can just cook and feel like you're in Thailand for a little bit. Do you guys have any like favorite travel foods? I think like a big thing people don't realize that even in America there's like a huge difference between the foods. In Louisiana, we had the like Louisiana fried chicken, we had the mufaladas, whatever. That was amazing. I love that. And I've been to the States multiple times. I've been to like New York City like at least once a year, sometimes twice. But I've never tried a mufalada before. And fried chicken, nothing really compares to the Louisiana one. I mean, unless I haven't been to Texas yet, so maybe it's even better. I don't know, or some like other place in America. But like the best I had, I think, was the one in Louisiana. So you know, even in America, every place you go to Chicago, we had the hot dogs, which were like really good, like the kind of Polish hot dog instead of the typical American one. It was like delicious. See, I think I can talk about food non-stop. Food is like a big part of why I travel. And also like watching those like travel food bloggers YouTubes, like Mark Wiens with his video where he like always eats. The thing is, I'm really terrible at describing the taste of things. So I'm just like, oh, like I taste something and I'm like, oh yeah, it's nice, I like it, that's good. I'm not like great at being like, oh, it's so this and that and fresh and so I couldn't really be a food blogger. Second of all, I'm always like so hungry that I eat the whole thing before I think of filming. And then I'm like, ah, damn it, like that was such an amazing meal. And I could have like vlogged about it and talked about how amazing it is. But now I just ate it all. So too late. And it's kind of a big problem, when you try to vlog and then you eat all the food and you have nothing else to vlog. And what else? Oh, and I also like don't like videos of me chewing. I don't know if you ever like filmed yourself eating, but that's not the most nice thing to have on camera. So like every time if you notice, I try to like I cut out a little bit of like myself chewing and eating. Cuz come on, when it's delicious, you're not thinking about like having a nice composed face. You look like a savage just devouring that food. And so many times I've rewatched the video of me eating something like super delicious and I'm like, "No, I cannot put that on video." Because I just look like a person who hasn't eaten in like 10 years. It's terrible. But I don't know, maybe I'll make a more of an effort to include food more in my vlogs as it's like something I enjoy very much. Like in Montreal right now, like, I go out for brunches and stuff with my friends quite often, quite often. And I love discovering new places. Like seriously, if you know of however, I haven't gotten to the point of traveling like for food. I know some people they seriously like book a restaurant somewhere in another country and only then they plan the trip after that. Like especially like 5-star Michelin restaurants where like you have to wait a year for reservation. Like this famous sushi place in Japan where like you it's like impossible to get a reservation and people really like just book the reservation and then book the trip to Japan. And like the whole purpose of the trip is to visit that restaurant. And like I've heard of people doing that. I haven't gotten to that point yet. But whenever I'm at a place, for sure I'm gonna Google like the must tries, the best restaurants. So it always comes up with like nice suggestions. But another thing is like asking the locals. Larry says Jimmy's. What's Jimmy's? Where is that? Tell me about that. Like the best fried chicken we had in Louisiana was because I asked like some random guy in a casino, being like, "Hey, I heard like fried chicken is a thing. Where's the best one in town?" And some other things, it's like when we're traveling, we ask the people we're couch surfing with, like, what's the best, the most delicious thing you can eat? Like nothing beats the local insight. For example, if you would Google the best poutine in Montreal, people like the go-to place is La Banquise, and La Banquise is great. Like you should really go there. But it's mostly famous just because it's open 24/7 and it's like a great place to go after you're drunk, like after a club at like 4 in the morning. And they have like they're specialized in poutine and they have a lot of sorts and you can like have whole kind of different toppings. But if you just want a regular poutine, it wouldn't be my favorite place to go. Like one of the best poutines I had was in this place called Patati Patata. And unless you ask a local, like me from Montreal, I don't think many people would like figure out that Patati Patata is like one of the good places. You wouldn't even like step in there if you don't know. So that's a good tip. If you go somewhere and you're like interested in like food, ask the locals. They know. They know the go-to places, like the famous kind of hyped up touristy places, but they also know the more like underground ones, and maybe they prefer one or the other. Like it's always good to have some local input. Coffee, don't forget coffee. Coffee in Vietnam was amazing. Seriously, like the way they do it is just this whole process is amazing. But in many places, coffee isn't like such a developed thing. Unless you go to like a really fancy coffee shop, you wouldn't like in Thailand. It's not that easy to find like good coffee. It's not like in North America where there's a Starbucks at every corner. Of course, there's like good coffee places in Thailand, but it's not as like ubiquitous. Over there, I think you'd probably just get like this fresh pressed juice for like $1. They sell them. It's amazing. It's super good. It's almost like a meal. It's like huge. They can get like a huge mango shake or something. But coffee is not such a like huge thing. So sometimes gotta make do without the coffee. And I mean, I like coffee, but I can live without it too. I'm not like one of those hardcore coffee fans. I think I don't know. My favorite drink is like water and beer. If I'm in a place without good beer, I think I'll struggle a bit. It's a perfect way to tie up a day. So and that's how you end up on the big adventures when you're traveling. Often not on camera because when I go drink, I purposely don't take my camera with me so I don't lose it. But yeah, drinking beer at the end of like a good travel day to like wrap up your thoughts and meet some people, like exchange tips on what to do next, what to do, blah, like that's it's a really fun thing to do. But like a lot of people that are not really into food, they like to save money by not eating local and just like buying stuff in the supermarket and like cooking in the hostel, which which I see the point. But if I would splurge money, I would prefer splurging on the food. But it's still like a good tip. If you don't want to spend like 3 times a day and go to a restaurant, yeah, you can like cook at home in the morning, get yourself like a regular breakfast, and then like once a day go to like a maybe fancier, more expensive restaurant instead of going like to junk food 3 times a day. And a thing I did before going to Southeast Asia, I went to Costco and I bought like a huge box of Cliff Bars. I swear it was maybe like 5 kilos or something. It was like super heavy, like super heavy. But it's really useful when you travel to save money to have like an energy bar because energy bars are made to just like fill you up and like you have the energy like you're good. And sometimes when you travel, especially if you're taking like the train for a long time or you have like flights that don't serve you food with like a long like layover somewhere for 5 hours, airport food is like super expensive. If you're taking the bus and they're gonna stop you, like they usually stop at those restaurants purposely made as rest stops for buses for tourists. It's gonna be like super expensive all the time. Like if you're on the road, sometimes it's hard to find something good and affordable. You'd have like no choice. And it's really good to have like a backup with you, like just an energy bar that can replace a meal, so that in case if it's too expensive or if it doesn't look good or if it doesn't look like something you want to eat, you always have a backup. And like it doesn't those energy bars, they don't go bad. They're always good and just good to have in one hand. So like pack up like something that you like with you. It's like that's a good travel tip I want to share with you guys. Ah yeah, for sure, Alex. You reminded me of the cooking in the Albanian hostel. That was great. We found out that our hostel had like a barbecue. So we kind of got everybody in the hostel together and we said like, okay, it's like bring your own food night. We're gonna like get the barbecue going and everybody can go get their own like vegetables and everything. and we're just gonna do like a little cookout, and it was like super fun. I think we did that because like in the Balkans, there's just no vegetables. Like the way they serve you food is mostly meat, and we're just craving some vegetables, and we got like some shrimps and some eggplants and zucchinis, and it was just this amazing barbecue cooked meal. But the fun part about it was getting everybody on board with the idea. Even like the hostel workers, first they were like hesitant. They're like, no, we only use the barbecue when we organize the night where we cook everything. We're like, no, don't worry, we'll take care of it. I had to convince everybody to bring their go buy their own food. Like so everybody like bought beers and like vegetables and meats, and everybody just cooked their own thing, and it was amazing. Just like the whole bonding thing, the whole, and you'd go and see like, oh, what did you get, like what, anyway, like people from all different cultures like kind of craving different dishes. It was a fun night. Anyway, like food, stories around food, it's like you can bond with people just talking about food. Like if you meet people in the hostel and you start talking about like your favorite foods and stuff, like I swear this conversation is not gonna end. You're gonna just keep talking for like hours or whatever. Come on, guys, let me know what's your favorite foods in the chat. I know there's like six of you here right now. You should be able to tell me. I think I'm gonna be wrapping this up. I think it's been 30 minutes, so I'm getting better. I think, right? That was like a long, rambly 30 minutes, but how do you like those live streams? Still looking for feedback. I'm always looking to improve. I hope the sound was better this time. I think I figured out how to make it better, and I think I brightened up the image a little bit too. So that was that's good. I don't know, but also like want to figure out a way to make these live streams more interactive. Because yes, we have a theme for every Tuesday, but I'd like more people to join, more people to participate, like have more of a dialogue. Because otherwise, I could just shoot that on my camera, edit it down to like a 10-minute thing, and just upload it by myself, which is a lot less fun than just having you guys here in the comments. Like, oh, wait, here in the comments, like having a little bit of a discussion. It's fun. A lot of people said Tuesday evening is not the best time. I don't think I can do much about it since it's like not my initiative. Travel Talk Tuesday, it's not only me doing that. There's a lot of other vloggers doing videos about it. And I'll include a playlist at the end of the video, at the end of this live stream, when it uploads as a video. So you can go check out all the other Travel Talk Tuesdays. So yeah, maybe I should do one Travel Talk Tuesday as a live stream per week, and the other week do like a weekend live stream or something. I don't know. I prefer. I personally like to enjoy my weekends, not work on them, and I'm sure many people kind of feel the same way. Weekends are busy for everybody. Maybe like, I don't know, Thursday evenings. Let me know like in the comments. What do you guys think? Anyway, I think that's it. I think we are going to stop this live stream. I've noticed that when I click the stop thing, it kind of cuts off the last couple seconds of the live stream. So I think I'm just gonna say nothing for 5 seconds and then cut it off and see if that helps. Bye bye.